Renuka Methil is the managing editor of the award-winning Forbes Woman Africa and Forbes Africa titles. She took on the editorship of Forbes Woman Africa in February 2014 and the Forbes Africa editorship in January 2018. She is particularly excited about the future of female entrepreneurship and leadership on the African continent.
Thank you. 6 Olympian winners, 4 Miss Universe title holders, 4 Grammy award-winning musicians, 3 global supermodels, 2 African presidents, 1 Nobel Peace Prize winner, and hundreds of stellar speakers, including first ladies, ministers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, economists, sports stars, artists, and activists. Put them all together, and what do you get? You get 9 years of the Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit. Good morning to you all. It has been 9 years of filling a ballroom such as this with multifarious talent from across Africa and beyond, bringing them together on this important platform, just the way we unravel them in the pages of Forbes Africa, the magazine that we put together as a document of history for posterity, connecting the doers and the dots between the past, present, and future. And this script is still being written. Writing the next chapter of progress in Africa, we turn our sharply focused lens on the trends, themes, and topics of the day in this 9th edition of the Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit, aptly titled Women Unscripted, Powering Innovation and Impact in Africa. On this beautiful morning in Johannesburg, I'm extremely pleased to be welcoming such an august audience. I'd like to personally welcome Mr. Sid Wahi, the Executive Director of Forbes Africa, and Mrs. Roberta Naika, the Managing Director of the ABN Group, who's been invaluable in making this summit such a big success. I would also like to welcome Mr. Sam Bembe, our Non-Executive Director, not present at the summit here today, but I would also like to thank our founder and publisher of Forbes Africa, Dr. Rakesh Wahi, for his visionary leadership. I'd also like to welcome the entire ABN team and my wonderful colleague, Jill de Villiers. Today, we've all put in months and weeks of hard work for this very day. And as any successful person in this room today will attest, it is important to find what you love to do and work tenaciously at it. And we do what we do with passion and heart. At Forbes Africa, we work with ideas, icons, and innovations relentlessly. And creativity is born in moments such as this, the result of long days and longer nights to curate a summit shaping a new discourse for the continent. This summit started as an event attended by 100 women in a small ballroom in Johannesburg in 2015, backed by nothing but a vision and a strong conviction and certitude that it will grow to become such a phenomenal gathering of women leaders. And over the years, we've grafted away, adding layers of meaning to the format, but never once losing focus on what we are best known for. And what is that? Our award-winning content. The tough but enjoyable process of collating all the bits and pieces, the nuts and bolts for this conference, has been worth it as we stand here today to go beyond the script and add a new page in history. It is these encounters that make our jobs as journalists, creatives, and storytellers so much more meaningful. No doubt, today will unravel a spectrum of experiences and emotions, this especially to be revealed in a segment called In the Spotlight. It gets a standing ovation every year. And this is a segment where the brave and the brilliant come together as a unique cast of characters, finding their inner voice to retell life-changing chapters in their journeys. They've dodged the bullets and grimaced with pain, but yet have powered on. So dressed in our t-shirts over late-night Zoom calls and weekend rehearsals, we dwelled on these moments together, and thus we have a 15-year-old singer sitting there. She's our youngest speaker at this multi-generational summit today. She speaks about the pain that led her to write her song. You should hear her story, it's brilliant. Then we have a break dancer qualifying for the Olympics this year who has turned her passion into paychecks. A young actress who speaks about showing up to work no matter what. And the soulful singer from Nigeria who has trained over 500 young girls to be poets and tell us that we're all born to mothers who are heroes. Together they prove that we are cheerleaders for each other in a breathless race to the finish line. And so there will be more stories of fortitude and courage today, because today is also about welcoming you to our interesting world of words and visuals and content as we explore gender, AI, inequalities, multiple social dilemmas, and what it means to navigate the peaks and troughs as a woman leader in contemporary Africa. Over the last 9 years, brick by brick, summit after summit, we've built the brand and in turn, one of the biggest communities of high profile and networked women in Africa. It's an emotional story for us here at the ABN Group, recording the summit and its growth, but also the changes in Africa's development narrative over the last decade. From word to WWW, the future is still in a font of optimism for us. Today is about the rule breakers who are reshuffling the new world order with a renaissance of ideas and giving us a glimpse, a peek into their playbooks. This year is a room packed with power and purpose as we work on ways, tenaciously, as I said before, to design a better future for all of us. Unscripted, unfiltered, let's together lead ideas, impact, and create happy endings, but more importantly, create happier beginnings. Dear esteemed guests, presenting the 2024 Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit.